Hey everyone, welcome to The Daily. Today is Wednesday, February 27th. That means we're only 3 days away from the MLS season starting. Greg Lallis alongside Simon Borg, but we're not talking MLS quite yet. We're talking about the US U-20s who beat Canada on Tuesday night 4-2 down in Puebla. Great result.
Great result, but it was a little hairy, Greg. Canada take the lead, and then, you know, if you're a U.S. fan, you're
not so hairy if you're a Canadian fan.
No, of course.
Okay,
of course.
It looked great.
For the U.S.
Right.
But then I think the U.S. showed what we thought going into this. They had more difference makers. When the ball showed up in spots, they had the quality, the player quality to get the job done. Jose Villarreal, there's the one goal that I think will be played over and over in his highlight reel for the fourth U.S. goal, I believe it was. You know, they tried to make a late run. Canada did. They actually had a chance to make it 4-3 late. Didn't work out.
A lovely second goal, actually, for Canada. But it ended up 4-2. All four goal scorers for the U.S. team actually part of MLS clubs. And that means that the U.S. U-20s are on their way to Turkey this summer for the U-20 World Cup. Congratulations to Tab Ramos and those guys. Tough luck for Canada. Bummer that they ended up having to play the U.S. in this one. I think if maybe they'd gotten in first place in their group, they might have made it into the World Cup as well. Well, there is some news around MLS, of course, as the season gets ready on Saturday. It opens up. Now, Simon, we're going to start actually with Dwayne De Rosario from DC United. The MLS Disciplinary Committee is perhaps looking at an incident from this past weekend when DC took on Philadelphia. What's going on here?
Credit to the Disciplinary Committee for looking at this, because there's no indication there's any video. Usually teams do shoot games, but you wonder what kind of angle exists on those scouting videos, if you will. But essentially, Danny Cruz of the Philadelphia Union says that Dwayne De Rosario attempted to headbutt him, claims there was a headbutt. So I think what usually is involved here, interviews with players, you try to pull any video you have, and now DC United is saying they're waiting on word from the Disciplinary Committee to see if there is a suspension. It wouldn't be the first preseason suspension to run into the regular season, but I believe if there was a headbutt, Greg, you have to sanction this if you're the disciplinary committee, and De Rosario is missing that game in Houston.
And DeRo actually did come out and say, look, it is what it is. There was some pushing. He didn't quite come out and say, I deny doing this or that I didn't do it. But you think that the disciplinary committee coming out strong in preseason and making it last into the preseason is good?
I think that you have to send that message. And the values that you're trying to create as a league, those standards you're trying to have met, you got to extend those to the preseason. You can't just let it all go crazy in the preseason.
Well, speaking of standards, the Seattle Sounders are looking to raise their standard in the attacking core, perhaps. And Adrian Hanauer, GM and co-owner of the Sounders, coming right out and saying, we are in pursuit of Obafemi Martins, the Nigerian striker who's played for several teams in Europe. And this looks like it might get done.
And when the GM comes out, Greg, like he did, and makes mention of it, usually with clubs, they don't say a word about a transaction until they have a deal in place. Obafemi Martins still a player for Levante in Spain. They have upcoming dates with Rubin Kazan in the UEFA Europa League. So they have a busy schedule coming up. Martins their leading scorer. So, hey, you don't have a deal here, but Hanauer coming out and saying with a little bit of luck, this can happen.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that. And the last bit, Chivas USA signing 2 more players up from Mexico. They're continuing to build that team. We'll see how Chivas USA under El Chelis can do in 2013. Well, if you don't know it by now, we are rolling through Jersey Week as we get ready for the MLS season. And all the jerseys are coming out, of course. Everyone loves to talk about them. I think the one that came out on Monday, or was first exposed on Monday, the Colorado Rapids jersey, got a lot of people talking. In fact, I have a comment here from someone on MLSsoccer.com. Todd Sroof, I hope I pronounced that correctly, says, big ups for these kits. Not a Rapids fan, but very impressed. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out on MLSsoccer.com. Now, some other ones came out on Tuesday, and everyone's talking about what's going on with Philadelphia Union.
Same reaction, Greg, to the Philadelphia Union third kit. A black and white kit that pays homage to the Bethlehem Steel, a soccer team that was legendary in its day, 1911 to 1930. They won 5 U.S. Open Cups in their time, still a record today. So the Philadelphia Union paying homage to them with including the logo of the Bethlehem Steel, including a B that shows up on the lower left of the jersey. Fans are loving this. They changed the badge of the Union, and it's being well received. There was another similar, John Hatham here. I'm not a Union supporter, but I'd wear this kit. So it's really being well received. And we have 5 coming today now.
5 more jerseys, yes, coming out today. Out of all the clubs, there will be 12 new kits being revealed throughout Jersey Week, finishing up on Friday as the season gets ready. We're getting ready for the season. You ready?
Yeah,
you are?
I love it.
Well, we're gonna really get ready later on today too. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Commissioner Don Garber will give his March to Soccer address. It's going to be streamed live on MLSsoccer.com and on YouTube. He will be doing it from the Google NYC offices. Pretty cool. That should be a lot of fun. We're going to head down and see what that's all about. That really will start to get the season ready. But if you're not quite ready yet, you need to go and get MLS's mobile apps. MLS Matchday, the updated version, is out for iPhone, iPad, and the Android phone. Plus, there's now support for Android tablets. So go to MLSsoccer.com/mobile for all of that. For Simon, I'm Greg. We'll talk to you tomorrow.